What is your profession?
So here we have 2,000 points of Black Templars. I'll be running the completed Black Tide today. Those of you that have been following my channel for a while have known that I've been working on this Black Tide for a very long time, and it's finally ready to be shown on the channel. Absolutely, this is a labour of love, this army. It's not particularly competitive, but it's an army that I've basically wanted since I first saw 4th edition Black Templars all those years ago when I was but a wee lad. But without further ado, let's go on through the army. So starting off over here, we have 3 10-man Crusader squads kitted out for close combat. The first one has Power Sword on an Initiate, Melter Gun, and then the Sword Brother has a Combi Plasma and a Power Sword. 5 Neophytes with Bolt Pistol and Chainsword, 2 Initiates with Bolt Pistol and Chainsword. Next squad's very similar, except for its Combi Melter Power Sword on the Sword Brother, then a Plasma Gun, then a Power Sword Initiate, and everyone else Bolt Pistol and Close Combat Weapon. Third squad here has Sword Brother has dual Lightning Claw, there's a Plasma Gun in there, and also a Power Sword. Everyone else has Bolt Pistol and Close Combat Weapon. We then have another 3 10-man Close Combat squads. First one, we've got a Combi Flamer and a Power Sword, Flamer, Power Axe Initiate, and then loads of choppy. Second squad, Power Fist and Combi Melter, Melter Gun, and another Power Fist, and then once again Bolt Pistols, Close Combat Weapons. And the final choppy squad that we have today, we've got a Combi Plasma, Plasma Gun, Power Sword on the Sword Brother, and then finally, as you've probably heard me say 5 times already, Bolt Pistols and Chainswords on everyone else. We then have more of a sort of support shooty element, and we have 4 more 10-man Crusader squads, but these ones are designed for long-range support. So the first one has a Combi Plasma Gun and Heavy Bolter, everyone else is Bolters. Second one has Combi Grav, Plasma Gun, Heavy Bolter, and everyone else is Bolters. Third one, Combi Plasma Gun, Heavy Bolter, and then everyone else is Bolters. And finally, Combi Grav, Plasma Gun, Heavy Bolter, and everyone else has Bolters. So that's 100 Marines, 10 10-man squads, loads of special weapons, a few heavy weapons. Let's take a look at the characters today. So we have my original Chaplain, one of the first models I built and bought for this army. We have Chaplain Lazarus. He is armed with just standard configuration. He's got a bolt pistol and he's got his 2-handed Crozius Arcanum. We then have a new Chaplain for the army, Chaplain Cassius. He is converted from the Deathwatch Chaplain Cassius model. I've taken off as much of the Deathwatch iconography as I can. He's just got a bolt pistol and a Crozius Arcanum as well. Then we have Marshal Kaiser. This is a Space Marine Captain with Relic Blade, Storm Shield and Mastercrafted Bolt Gun. We then have Lieutenant Brute, or Castellan Brute if we're being Black Templar specific, and he is a regular lieutenant who has a Mastercrafted Bolt Gun and a Power Sword. Then we have the Emperor's Champion. He's armed with his special 2+ armor save armor, and he has the Black Sword. Finally, in this army, we have 3, these are standard models today, 3 Cenobite Servitors. These make everyone around them, every Black Templar unit within 6 inches, fearless. I don't actually like the Cenobite Servitor models, so I've used these Servo Skull models today. I'm probably going to be buying some more, some different models for them, but for today, these Servo Skulls represent the Cenobite Servitors. So there we go. 105 Marines, 108 models in total in the army. A proper Black Tide. Let's see what they're facing off against today. Should mention that the detachments for this army are 2 battalions. 1 battalion of 6 Crusader squads with the 2 Chaplains, and the Emperor Champion, and the other one with the 4 Shooter Crusader squads with the Marshal and the Captain. And the Cenobites, and so that gives me 13 command points, 5 for each battalion and 3 for being. So here we have 2,000 points of Space Marines. We're having a Marine off. Who is the most Marine of them all? We're going to find out today. So we'll start off on the right hand side. We have a Storm Talon with Twin Assault Cannon and Twin Las Cannon. We have a unit of Devastators with 4 missile launchers, Bolter Sergeant. We have a tactical squad with melter gun, combi melter, and 4 bolters. We have another tactical squad with plasma gun, combi grav, and some bolters. And we have a third tactical squad with a combi grav, plasma gun, and some bolters. So there we go. We have a contemptor dreadnought with the Carey's assault cannon and the storm bolter in the fist, or combi bolter technically. 5 assault terminators with 2 with 2 claws, 3 with thunderhammer and storm shield. We have an apothecary who's nicknamed Doc. We have the warlord Duke Smashface because he likes to smash you in the face with his big power fist. We have Lieutenant Flyguts. He's earned his name recently in a tournament game. He took on 3 of the Nurgle, I think it's blight drones, that the ones which are the big flies being ridden by plague bears. Actually managed to successfully take all 3 on. And then another game recently, he faced down some more plague drones or blight drones, whatever they're called, and was able to kill one of those as well. So he is Lieutenant Flyguts, expert at killing Nurgle demons. And then we have classic old Captain Smashfucker, who just has a big power fist and a combi, not a combi grav, just a little grav pistol, which surprisingly kills someone every single time he shoots it. He's very, very skilled with that grav pistol. 2 rhinos, each with a storm bolter, just one storm bolter today. Just the one storm bolter today. A razorback with twin las cannon, and then the beast. Land Raider Godhammer pattern with 2 twin las cannons and a twin heavy bolter. Does it have the storm bolter today? It has a storm bolter. So there we go. 2,000 points of Space Marines. Sam will be running the Ultramarines doctrine today. He knows he's facing off against a lot of choppy close combat Templars. He wants the ability for his infantry to be able to fall back and still be able to have some kind of effective shooting, even though it is -1 to hit. Also, +1 leadership is always nice, as a general buff. Detachments today, we have a battalion and a vanguard. 1, 2, 3 elite choices, and one of the HQs with them. So that gives us 9 command points. 5 for the battalion, 3 for being battle force, 1 for the vanguard. So there we go, bit of a mechanized force versus a pure infantry force. I think the Templars are going to struggle against this Storm Talon. But let's see what they can do. We're now going to go on to Warlords, Relics, and, well, I would say Psychic Powers, but both sides don't have any Psychers. So Warlords and Relics. Here we have the Warlord and Relic bearers for all sides. So starting off with the Ultramarines, we have Duke Smashface. He has the Iron Resolve Warlord trait, so that he gets +1 wound and a 6 up, feel no pain. And his relic today is the Armor Indomitus to make him absolutely tough as nails. The Warlord today for the Black Templars is the same as always. Chaplain Lazarus, he is going to have his classic Warlord trait, the Rights of War. Everyone within 6 inches of him is fearless. And then Castellan Brutus is going to have the Crusader Helm, so everyone within 9 inches of him will be rerolling 1s to wound. Just means that his bubble is just very widespread. So there we go. All the Warlords and Relics done for today. No Psychic Powers. Both sides are shunning the Witch. So let's see what the field of battle looked like. So here we have the field of battle after deployment. Big Templar blob. So we're playing ITC missions today. And the aim of the game is basically we're just doing a practice for an upcoming tournament. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives. And it basically is normal ITC rules. In terms of deployment for the Templars, we've got Shooting Marines here, and then Shoppy Marines here, and then just Chaplain here, Emperor's Champion, Chaplain, and then the Marshal and the Castellan here. So we've just basically deployed a big phalanx, and the idea is going to be to take on the Ultramarine castle. At first we were like, oh, do we want to put everything against this big old castle? And the answer was yes, we do. We are Templars. We do not shirk from any challenge, accept any challenge, no matter the odds. So the Ultramarines have deployed Devastators, Razorback, Captain in the middle to give loads of buffs, the Beast, a Rhino chock full of Marines, a Contemptor Dread, and then another Rhino and a plane over here. So lots and lots of Ultramarines are a little bit more spread out. Templars have concentrated their forces. So we'll be back when we've got our score sheet with our secondary objectives to show you. So here we have our very complicated score sheet. Sam on this side, me on that side. So we've got kills, objectives, we've got 4. So you get 1 point if you kill a unit, 1 point if you get an objective, a bonus point if you kill more units than your opponent, a bonus point if you kill more objectives than control more objectives than the opponent. 6 rounds, and then at the bottom, kill the objectives. Then at the bottom, Sam went for Reaper because I've got lots of 10-man units, so he gets 1 point for every 10-man squad that he kills. Old School because it's classic, and Headhunter because I have 5 characters, and his characters are not afraid to get into close combat with me. I went for Big Game Hunter because he's got Land Raider and 3 transports. Old School because I was kind of struggling to choose, and then Behind Enemy Lines because again I was kind of struggling what to go for, and I figured at some point I'm going to be in his deployment zone chopping him to pieces, so might as well get a couple of extra bonus points for that. But let's see how the armies go. We've deployed. Pass me a dice, Sam. There you go. So we're going to see who gets first turn. Sam deployed way ahead of me, so he gets the +1. I get a 1, so Sam can't physically lose. He gets a 5, so I am going to get the big purple bullshit dice of seizing and see if I seize the initiative. Okay, I say it's big purple bullshit dice. It never ever seizes, so let's see if it can break its streak today. It does. So for the first time in 4 games, the big bullshit purple dice seizing actually seizes. So we will be back at the end of Templar turn. Lightning fast Black Templar turn 1. The Horde, the Tide just moved and advanced nearly everything. Moved, advanced, moved, advanced, moved, moved, advanced all the way across. Got some really good moves and advance. For these units here, pretty much didn't roll below a 4. Maybe a couple of 2s. On the chaplains, but everyone else pretty much rolled 4s or 5s or 6s, which is fantastic. This shooty squad hopped over the top, and then the other 2, the heavy bolter stayed still, and the rest of the men conga lined forward. Both plasma guns shot at the Land Raider, one overcharged, one of them was able to do 2 wounds to it. And then both heavy bolters from these squads fired at the devs. Sam was forced to use a command point to save one of them. So that's okay. And then this squad over here wasn't in range of anything but the Land Raider with the heavy bolter. They stayed still because I wasn't going to get to that objective unless I got a really lucky advance roll. I'd already used my command point in my movement phase for one of my other advance rolls. So it fired a Hellfire round at the Land Raider and did 2 more wounds to it. 2 more mortal wounds. That's, in case any of you are wondering why I don't go for the classic Plaz with my Black Templars. I love to use Hellfire shells. They're just very, very just cheap, effective mortal wounds that you can just lay on your opponents. That's why I prefer them. So there we go, 4 mortal wounds, 4 wounds done to a Land Raider, and command point sucked out of the enemy. Let's see how Sam can respond against this encroaching crusade. So a very respectable Ultramarines turn. Basically, this plus the Storm Talon fired everything into one of the 10-man squads right here, one of the choppy squads, and deleted it. And then the Razorback, the Devs, and the Land Raider fired into a second 10-man squad and also killed. So 20 Marines down. No other firepower cores, no other damage cores, so we're going to do points. So you do the pen stamp.
Okay.
So you have a kill.
Yep.
An objective. You also kill more than me.
Yep.
And you have more objectives than me.
Cool.
And you also got Reaper. And you got First Strike. Yeah. So there you go. You've got 6 points. You've smashed into the lead. I simply have 1 objective. That's it. So there we go. So the Ultramarines have got a good head start here, but that was to be expected. My army doesn't really properly get into it until sort of turn 2, turn 3. So it's how much damage can Sam do to me before the Black Tide crashes against him. Let's see what the Black Templars can do to respond to this cowardly Ultramarine firepower going into their turn. So another pretty quick Templar turn. I mean, we're just advancing and moving forward. These guys continued to conga line, just align those heavy bolters to stay still. These guys moved on to that objective. I don't want to give Sam the extra point every turn. This shooting squad moved over to here onto this objective, and then pretty much everything fired into these Devastators, wiping them out, and then there were some other scattered sort of grav and bolter shots that were able to ping another wound off the Land Raider. So it's difficult to keep track of what exactly shot at what when you've got 100 Marines and 10-man squads. But yeah, generally that was... actually, you know what I haven't done? I haven't fired my 2 master-crafted weapons at your Land Raider.
Do I know?
So I'll do that on camera. So, Captain, master-crafted bolter. Hits on a 2 because he's a boss. Wounds on a 6. Gets that wound. Sam saves it. And the lieutenant hits. Doesn't wound. So strength 4. It's just a bolter.
Oh.
Bolter that's strength 4, HP -1, damage 2. I don't believe there's any other characters that can shoot. So that's the end of the Templar turn. We'll see how the Ultramarines can respond. The Templars are closing. We've killed the Devastators. That is significant for the Ultramarines to lose that firepower. Let's see how they can respond going into their turn 2. Whoa, what a topsy-turvy Ultramarine turn. Definitely didn't go the way they wanted it to. So they tried. This Storm Talon came over here and strafed into these Marines, but they dug in cover. Marines dug into cover are surprisingly difficult to shift, and only a few of them were cut down. They're okay leadership-wise because they're next to that chapter, which is giving them +1 to their leadership. They lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they lost 3. Leadership 9. They're absolutely fine. These guys were untouched. The rest of firepower went into the 10-man squad that was here, and Sam really did notice the devs not being there. Those 4 extra crack missiles a turn, or 4 D6 frag missiles, they help, especially when you're thinning a horde out like this. And so 2 were left alive. The Terminators then decided it was time to get crumping. They jumped out. These 2, the Sergeant and the Thunderhammer guy here, swung against this squad here. Even with Wisdom of the Ancients, they did not get any kills. These 3 then went against this squadron and were able to kill 3 of them. They passed their battle shock with a little help from And They Shall Know No Fear. And that's it. So there we go. Only sort of 13, 15 Marines killed. Still plenty left. Obviously the Ultramarines have a lot of firepower they can draw upon. But the Black Templars are in a position here to counter-attack and to counter-attack hard. So we're going to do points now. Sam's just on the phone, so we're going to do this. Are you just finished? Okay, Sam, get the Pen of Wisdom. So we'll do you first. So you didn't kill a unit.
Nope.
But you do hold an objective.
Yep.
And you didn't get Reaper and you didn't get Old School.
Terrible turn.
So how the tables have turned, the Black Templars killed the Devastators. We got an objective. We get the bonus point for killing more units. And that's it. We don't have Big Game Hunter yet. And we don't have any of our Old School or behind enemy lines yet. But the gap has closed. The Ultramarines have 5 + 2 is 7. And the Templars have 4. So we're closing that gap. And as the Templars get closer and closer, the points should start swinging back in their favour. We're going into turn 3 here. Looking for some Templar charges. Let's see what the Sons of Sigismund can do in their turn 3. So the Templar phalanx has hit, and it has hit pretty hard. These Terminators here were shot by this squad and this shooting squad. All the characters shot at them. Even the Emperor's Champion threw a crack grenade at them. That got them down to just the 2 Lightning Claw guys, and then these 3 characters charged in. Only the Emperor's Champion needed to swing, and he quickly dispatched the last 2 Terminators. So the 5 Terminators have been swallowed up by the Black Tide. Over here, the Plasma Squad and the Melter Squad fired everything they could into, and the Flamer Squad fired everything they could into the Storm Talon. We were able to do 6 wounds to it, but one of the Plasma guys did kill himself by overcharging. That is now slightly degraded, so I didn't kill it, which is annoying, but it is now at least slightly less combat effective. We then managed to get a charge off over here with these Black Templars. And we were able to do, and with a bit of shooting, we were able to do 5 wounds to that Rhino in total. But we haven't degraded it. So the Black Tide has surged forward. Let's see how the Ultramarines can respond in their turn 3. should have said, minor detail, I was able to do 2 wounds to that vehicle with this squad as well. So the pot shot war has begun, but maybe the Ultramarines will come out to play. Let's see what happens in the Ultramarines turn 3. So a really, really good Ultramarines turn there. Black Temp's starting to look a little bit thin, but we are going to be able to hit back hard soon. So the plane came over here. With it being reduced, it actually killed 1 Marine. However, 6 more were butchered down by the squads that were inside that vehicle, plus the Rhino itself. I had to use 2 command points to keep them alive. Over here, the 10-man squad that was screening these characters was killed, but they heroically intervened. So we're just saying it's lesson learned. Sam didn't realise that I could heroically intervene, and get to attack him, and he wouldn't get to attack me, even if he didn't charge me. So, or charge sort of anywhere near me, if that makes sense. So he didn't appreciate the fact that I could just, you end your movement 3 inches within me, right? Bam! I'm gonna heroically intervene you. So that was a lesson learned there. And we only did 2 wounds to him, so it wasn't a huge loss. It was just a good demonstration. And then over here, this squad took 7 casualties, but they are fearless because they're within 6 inches of the Warlord there. They have lost coherency though. So, lots of Templars dead, but we're now in proper crunch range. The Ultramarines have committed all reserves. Let's see how the Templars can respond to this Ultramarine counter attack and their gunline. Forgot to say, absolutely epic moment. Captain Smashfucker charged in first, trying to tie up the squad's overwatch. I got double 6 with the melter guns, 2 wounds. He only made 1 of his 4 up invuln saves, and 2d6, got the 6 for damage, got the 6, and Captain Smashfucker is no more. So there you go. Let's see what the Black Templars do. Should say we've got points to do. So at the end of that round, both sides have a kill and an objective. No sides have more kills than the other. I wiped out the Termies, Sam wiped out a Crusader squad. Sam should have 2 more points for Reaper. We missed 1 out 1 turn. So there we go. There we go. I don't have any of my ones yet. So we'll see. We'll come back at the end of Black Templar turn. What an epic Black Templar turn. Turn 4, they finally make proper contact with the Marines. Had a few minor charges here and there, but now we hit like a proper tide. All 3 vehicles tied up, tactical squad butchered down, and no additional wounds done to this Rhino sadly, but 2 wounds put on the Primaris captain. The Dread, the characters fell back, and then everything shot at him, and he was brought down by a lot of overcharged plasma. Speaking of overcharged plasma, possibly the most epic moment of the game, these 3 Marines had to do 4 wounds to the Storm Talon. They did 2, the plasma gun guy did 2 with an overcharged plasma bolt. I then do I overcharge with the main sergeant's combi plasma? I didn't want him to die, he would have died on 2s. I shouted for Sigismund, rolled the dice and got 2 5s, then got 2 wounds. Sam failed both saves. Shouting a glorious victory cry to the Emperor was quickly, on the sergeant slip, that was quickly cut short as the pilot of the Storm Talon exploded, got a 6 and kamikazed into the Marines there. Sam did D3 mortal wounds, got a 5 and wiped them out. So I did manage to kill the Storm Talon, but I have lost an objective. I have no one really nearby to claim it. That is left open to these tactical squads and the Rhino. So is that worth it? We'll have to find out going on to Sam's turn 4, 5 and 6. But yeah, that's it. So the Black Tide, we're starting to, we've basically wiped out most of the enemy's infantry. The castle has been breached.
Oh shit, their attacks.
Oh, he has vehicle attacks to do. Let's do that on camera.
Okay, so.
There you go. So, first Razorback.
So 3 attacks.
Well, you might have to do it. Are you doing both the same squad?
No, he has D3.
Okay, so D3 for him.
D3 attacks. 2, 1.
1.
Does he hit? No.
Nope.
Next one, Razorback.
Ooh.
It's a wound.
It's a wound. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take it on Neophyte for Sigismund. He lives. I've been crying to Sigismund. Not crying, I've been praying to Sigismund a lot this game. It has been paying off. So, Oh, and you can do your Land Raider over here.
You consolidate into it.
You still get... Yeah, that's the whole point. That's how you get to do your Land Raider. So, 3 attacks.
Nada.
No hits. So, tied up in combat. Only 2 things that I'll be able to shoot is his pistol and his mastercrafted bolter. These things are probably going to struggle to be in range. So, it's going to be an interesting Ultramarines turn. Let's see how they react to this Black Templar overwhelming assault. Very quick Ultramarines turn. Basically 0 shooting. The only shooting they were able to do is the lieutenant was able to kill the power sword guy that was in that 2-man squad. He then charged in and killed the claw, double lightning claw guy. However, lightning claw guy did get a crack grenade hit and a wound. Sam failed his save and he took 3 wounds from the crack grenade. He got 5 on the D3, so he's pretty badly hurt. This captain was healed 2 wounds by the apothecary, by Doc. So Duke smash face, it was at full strength. He then shot the his plasma pistol and killed the Pathis guy he was in close combat with, which killed him, freed him up for his own charge. He went into this squad and was able to kill 3 of them, 1 chainsword guy and 2 neophytes. So, well, only other thing to mention is, of course, 5 Marines jumped back in this Rhino and they're sitting on that objective and they're going to probably sit there for the rest of the game. So, let's do some points in very, very interesting turn this time. So, Sam, you got your last point for Reaper. You managed to wipe out one of those 10-man squads. You also managed to kill a squad.
Yep.
And you hold an objective. Now, I managed to... Well, you killed 3 units, but I also killed 3 units, so no one gets the bonus. I hold 2 objectives and you hold 2 objectives, so that's 1 point each there. But I did get 2 big game hunters. I got the plane and I got the dreadnought because the Contemptor has 10 wounds. So, end of turn 4, what are the scores? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 5, that's 15 for the Ultramarines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for the Black Templars. So still a bit of a gap. You're going to have to make up a lot of points here in the last few turns, the Black Templars.
Only 14.
Only 14 for you?
Yeah.
Only 14. 14, 10.
Yeah.
So, only a 4-point difference. The Black Templars may be able to do something here, but I fear our secondaries... Oh! I got behind enemy lines. Don't forget, I've got 2 units. I've got my Chaplain and a Crusader squad, so it's only a 3-point difference. The Black Templar secondaries are starting to come into it now, and the Ultramarines are going to struggle to claim some of theirs, so it's going to be interesting. Let's see what the Black Templars can do going into their turn 5. One absolutely epic Black Templar turn. So, the lieutenant was killed by some various shooting. The apothecary was killed in combat by this chaplain, and these guys were able to tie up this Razorback. But that's all the uninteresting stuff. The Primaris captain was charged. He was already in combat with this Crusader squad. He was charged by Chaplain Cassius. He was charged by the Emperor's Champion. He was charged by Marshal Kaiser. The Emperor's Champion went first. Did a grievous blow to him. Took 4 wounds off him. In response, he interrupted combat and backhanded Chaplain Cassius, killing him. However, I used my last command points, for only in death does duty end. As Chaplain Cassius fell to the ground, he was able to get a blow against the leg of the Primaris captain, stumbling him. As the Primaris captain stumbled, the captain was able to use his relic blade to do 2 more damage to him, leaving him on 1 wound, because he made one of his 6 up feel no pains. The Crusader squad then went, the 3 power swords went 3 hits, 3 wounds. The Armor Indomitus, which had been doing so well up until that point, just its shield could no longer sustain the hammer of blows. And the Sword Brothers' power sword cut through the back of the Primaris captain, killing him. It took a lot to bring him down. It took every command point we had, but he is now dead, and it is now time for the Ultramarines to reap revenge for losing their warlord. They have a full strength Land Raider. They have tactical squads in key positions. Let's see what they can do against the Black Tide, and let's not forget the Ultramarines have a lead on the Black Templars. Let's see how the Ultramarines will respond to this gravest insult of killing. An ultra quick Ultramarine turn. Puns intended. Basically, the Sunburst, the twin las cannon Razorback, instigated bailing out protocols, and it activated its engines and went as fast as possible away from these nutter Black Templars. And the Land Raider moved just in position to where the Lieutenant was the closest model and put everything into him. He didn't even need to roll for the heavy bolts of the Storm Bolter. 4 las cannons, 4 hits, 3 wounds. I made 1 save, and then Samuel doubled 3 for his damage. Just vaporized Castellan Brutus. So let's add up some points. So Sam, you killed a unit, and you hold 2 objectives, but no one holds more objectives than the other. You have got your last Reaper point. You have 2 points for Headhunter. You got the Chaplain, and you got
the Lieutenant.
The Lieutenant. Or the Castellan, if we're being... It's Black Templars. I got a kill. And I got an objective. And I got more kills, because I killed the Captain, the Rhino, and the Apothecary. That meant I got Big Game Hunter. And I... Slay the Warlord for old school. And I have Behind Enemy Lines for another turn. So... what are the points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 for the Ultramarines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 for the Black Templars. It is getting close. The Ultramarines had a really big lead at the beginning of the game, but as the Black Tide, like a real tide, comes in, it starts eroding the enemy's lead. What other tide-like metaphors can we bring in? So, let's see how the Black Templars will do going into the last turn of the game. The Ultramarines are ahead by 1 point. We have to do something to basically beat the Ultramarines' lead. It's going to be tough. Let's see what we can do going in to turn 6. So we just did a turn 6 wrap up because both turns took about 5 minutes to do. Everything the Black Templars had went into this Razorback, and I tell you what, we're really missing our Lieutenant, because pretty much every plasma gun rolled a 1 to wound. It was just really unlucky. We were able to do 7 wounds to it in total, but he was able to escape. That may have cost us the game. We're just going to top the points up now. So, Sam, you get 1 more for old school.
So do you.
And you get 1 more for killing something in the last turn as well. You get something for killing in the first turn and the last turn.
Okay. You also get your one.
Yeah. So just go start from the beginning. So you've got an objective and a kill. And you got more kills than me. I just got an objective. You've already got your Reaper, old school. You've got Linebreaker. You've got First Blood. You also get Last Strike as well, because you kill something in the last turn.
Okay.
You don't get any more Headhunter. I don't get any more Big Game Hunter, sadly. I do get another old school point. Is that Linebreaker, which you've already put down there? And I do get another Behind Enemy Line point. Okay, so I think if we add this up, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 points to the Ultramarines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 points to the Black Templars, which is an Ultramarines victory. They were able to win by 3 points, but both sides have just taken an absolute beating. Out of the 100, I mean, this is Sam's dead pad. It's not actually a lot, but all he has left is 2 tactical squads, a damaged Rhino, a very damaged Razorback, and a pretty damaged Land Raider. The Black Templar started on the board with 108 models. We have 8 there, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So, lost a lot of models. Should say, if any of you are wondering what was the final unit that Sam killed, we didn't actually mention it. The Cenobite Serf just tried to hide round here, but they just couldn't quite do it. And the Land Raider was able to move forward. It's not quite degraded. It had just a sliver of an eye on them, but it did get it. It was able to kill those Cenobites. So I think killing those Cenobites, you think you still would have won by 1 point. Oh no, because if you hadn't killed them, you wouldn't have got a kill.
And I wouldn't have got
You wouldn't have got an extra kill, an extra point for the kill, and you wouldn't have got last strike. So killing those Cenobites is what won Sam the game. A single 6-point unit is what won the game. So just analysing that, would it have been better if the Templars had charged the Land Raider and tied it up in the last turn? Maybe. If we'd done that, I mean, what would the points? We would have got a kill for that, which means you wouldn't have got a bonus point. Yeah. So that would have been 1 less point to you, 1 more point to us, which would have been a 2-point difference. Ooh. And then you wouldn't have got the Cenobites. No, the Cenobites still wouldn't have been alive. So you still would have got last strike. So you still would have won by 1 point.
Hey.
So yeah, the only way the Black Templars could have won that game is if we tied up that Land Raider. So I honestly thought that these guys were tucked away safe enough. I thought I'd been really clever. Sadly, I wasn't. Maybe the zeal got ahead of me. But look, that just shows, this is tournament practice. And that just shows you should never really take your eye off the ball in the tournament. You know, I mean, realistically, I should have done that totting up in my head before the game ended. And should have played for the draw. We've talked about it before, if you play for the draw, you normally will get it. So a single decision is what cost the Black Templars that game. And to be honest, that's a sign of a really close game, really hard fought battle. And me and Sam both agree this Black Tide is just...
It's great.
It's great. It just, you think that you're blasting away Marines, but every turn more Marines come and get you. And the castle, the almost impenetrable castle, Land Raider, Rhino, Razorback, Storm Talon, Terminators, Tactical Squads, 2 captains, a lieutenant and an apothecary, and a dreadnought. All that was there. 95% of the enemy force was basically there, and the Black Templars, we saw it, we stormed it, we took it, but sadly it wasn't enough to win the game, and the Ultramarines, being the tactical, clever fellows that they are, played to the game, played to the points, and that sealed them the victory. So, without further ado, I hope you guys have enjoyed this battle report. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of wrap up at the end. Please leave lots of comments, and we'll see you guys next time.